The human mind is full of surprises. Some psychological facts are so shocking, they'll change the way you see yourself and others. In this video, we're sharing the top 10 psychological facts that will shock you. Get ready to discover what's really happening behind the scenes of your brain. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss eye-opening insights that help you understand yourself and the world better. Let's get started. Number 10. You can only maintain about 150 relationships. Known as Dunbar's number, research shows that humans can only maintain meaningful social relationships with approximately 150 people at any given time. This limitation appears to be hardwired into our brains due to the cognitive load required to track complex social relationships. Beyond this number, relationships become superficial or fade away entirely. The number breaks down further into layers. You typically have about 5 intimate bonds, 15 close friends, 50 meaningful connections, and 150 stable social relationships. This explains why social media connections often feel shallow despite having hundreds or thousands of followers. Your brain simply cannot process meaningful relationships beyond this evolutionary limit, which likely developed when humans lived in small tribal groups. Number 9. Your brain consumes 20% of your daily energy. Despite representing only about 2% of your body weight, your brain uses approximately 20% of your total daily energy consumption. This massive energy requirement explains why thinking hard can actually make you physically tired. Your brain burns about 320 calories per day, just maintaining basic functions, equivalent to running for about 30 minutes. Mental tasks like problem solving, learning new information, or making complex decisions increase this energy consumption significantly. This is why students often feel exhausted after intense study sessions, or why decision fatigue becomes overwhelming after making many choices. Your brain prioritizes glucose above other organs, which is why hunger can severely impact cognitive performance, and why eating breakfast improves mental function throughout the morning. Number 8. You make about 35,000 decisions per day. Research indicates that adults make approximately 35,000 conscious and unconscious decisions daily, from major life choices to simple preferences like what to wear or eat. This constant decision-making creates mental fatigue, explaining why successful people like Steve Jobs wore the same outfit daily to reduce decision load. Your brain uses shortcuts called heuristics to handle this overwhelming number of choices, but these shortcuts can lead to biased thinking. The sheer volume of decisions explains why people often feel mentally drained by evening, even without physically demanding activities. Decision fatigue impairs judgment quality as the day progresses, which is why important decisions are often better made in the morning when mental energy is highest. Number 7. Your memory reconstructs rather than replays. Contrary to popular belief, human memory doesn't work like a video recording. Instead, your brain reconstructs memories each time you recall them, potentially altering details of the process. This reconstruction can incorporate new information, emotions from your current state, or suggestions from others, making memories surprisingly unreliable. Studies show that confident, vivid memories can be completely false, and repeated retelling can strengthen these false memories. This explains why eyewitness testimony is often unreliable, and why family members can have completely different recollections of the same event. Your brain fills gaps in memory with logical assumptions, creating a coherent narrative that may not reflect actual events. This reconstructive process serves an adaptive purpose but makes human memory fundamentally different from digital storage. Number 6. Loneliness affects your body like physical injury. Chronic loneliness triggers the same stress responses in your body as physical pain or injury. Brain scans show that social rejection activates the same neural pathways as physical pain, explaining why emotional hurt literally feels painful. Prolonged loneliness increases inflammation, suppresses immune function, and elevates stress hormones like cortisol. These physiological changes increase risks for heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and early death. The health impact of chronic loneliness is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes daily or being severely obese. This response likely evolved because social connection was crucial for survival in early human societies. Your brain treats social isolation as a threat to survival, triggering protective mechanisms that become harmful when sustained long-term. Number 5. Your brain has built-in negative bias. Humans have an innate negativity bias that makes bad experiences more psychologically powerful than good ones. Your brain processes negative information faster and remembers it more vividly than positive experiences. This bias means that one criticism can outweigh several compliments, and bad news captures attention more effectively than good news. The negativity bias exists because recognizing threats was more crucial for survival than appreciating pleasant experiences. Studies show it takes approximately 5 positive interactions to counteract one negative interaction in relationships. This bias influences everything from news consumption to social media engagement, where negative content generates more clicks and shares. Understanding this bias helps explain why people tend toward pessimism and why maintaining optimism requires conscious effort. Number 4. You have multiple personalities in your brain. Modern neuroscience shows your brain has multiple competing systems, not one unified consciousness. Different regions, like the rational prefrontal cortex and emotional limbic system, often conflict, creating internal struggles like wanting to exercise but choosing to watch TV. Your sense of a single self is the brain's way of making sense of these competing parts. Split-brain patients highlight this by sometimes having hands act against each other. This explains why your behavior can change and why personal change is tough. Number 3. Your eyes have a literal blind spot. Each eye has a blind spot where the optic nerve connects, leaving no light-detecting cells there. Your brain cleverly fills in this gap using surrounding details, so you never notice it. About the size of your thumb at arm's length, the blind spot shows how your brain actively constructs your visual reality instead of just recording it. Number 2. Your brain continues developing until age 25. The human brain matures fully around age 25, with the prefrontal cortex, responsible for impulse control, risk assessment, and planning, developing last. This explains why teens and young adults often act impulsively despite knowing better. This delayed development impacts education, justice, and social policies. The brain's extended plasticity during this time supports lifelong learning and adaptability, a unique trait among mammals. Number 1. You're unconscious most of the time. Most of your brain's work happens outside conscious awareness. Less than 5% of mental processing is conscious. Your unconscious mind manages bodily functions, emotions, pattern recognition, and many decisions before you even realize them. Consciousness often just explains choices already made. While your brain processes about 11 million bits of information per second unconsciously, consciousness handles only around 40 bits. This makes your conscious self just the tip of a vast mental iceberg. And that's a wrap on the top 10 psychological facts that will shock you. Proof that our minds are more complex and fascinating than we imagine. Which fact surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your reactions. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more amazing facts about the mind and behavior. Catch you in the next one.